Hello, Bible Bros, and welcome to the Bible Bro Lair, aka Dylan and Blaine's room. Today, we're going to be talking about the final of life. So, it is finals week here, and I should be studying right now, but I'm not, so shame on me. But it seems like everyone else in here is not studying either because we're just kind of tired of it. But I just want to talk about, studying, and I want to talk about tests, and I want to talk about the end of your life. So, I remember back in my high school days that I used to hate taking tests. I used to absolutely, abhor them. But the thing is, I didn't realize how good they were for me when it came to the very last day of class when I had to take a final for that course. So your teacher would give you a test or a quiz or whatever just to see how you're doing on a subject. And you would think, man, I don't want to do this. This is not helping me out at all. Why can't they just teach me and let me do my own thing? But in reality, it's preparing you for the final subject, the final lesson that you need to learn for that course. All right. So let's look at James chapter 1, verse 2. It reads, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know the testing of your faith develops perseverance." So James is trying to say the trials that you go through, that God allows you to go through, is going to make you better. It develops perseverance. It gives you that ability to endure difficult times when they come in the future. So when you have spiritual trials that come your way and you've been put to the test already, you know it's going to be easier for you the next time that you have to go through something that is very similar of that nature. Hey, Bible Bro listeners, Ryan has a complaint. Go ahead, Ryan.
When people cause you not to get extra points on your final, it's not good. It's not good. There's one person that didn't do ours, and we didn't get extra points because of them.
They may be watching this show.
I hope that they are.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right. So let's get back to the subject. Now, God is allowing us to go through trials in our life to make us stronger, to make us to be closer to Him, to abide spiritually in Him. The reason that this is important is because when our life is over, we're all going to face the judgment. And it says in Revelation chapter 20, starting at verse 11, "Then I saw a great white throne and Him who was seated on it. From His presence earth and sky fled away, and no place was found for them. And I saw the dead, great and small, standing before the throne, and the books were open. Then another book was opened, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged by what was written in the books, according to what they had done. And the sea gave up the dead who were in it. Death and Hades gave up the dead who were in them, and they were judged, each one of them, according to what they had done." Right here, when we read Revelation chapter 20, we are seeing a picture of our final, the judgment. And then God is right there grading us based on what we've done. And then from there, we're going to see if we actually passed the test or not. Because you read in the last few verses, "Then death and Hades were thrown into the lake of fire. This is the second death, the lake of fire. And if anyone's name was not found written in the book of life, he was thrown into the lake of fire." So, failing the test, you're thrown into the lake of fire. If not, you have that eternal reward of heaven. So this is why it's super important that we are actually studying and we're actually striving for perfection within God's Word. So let's finish this off with James chapter 1 and verse 12. "Blessed is the man who remains steadfast under trial, for when he has stood the test, he will receive the crown of life, which God has promised to those who love Him." If we love God, we're going to continue to study in His Word. We're going to continue to abide in it. And then at the same time, when we go through hard trials, we're going to rejoice because we know this is our opportunity to be closer to God, to be stronger in our faith. And when we become stronger in our faith, we know that we can withstand any element that Satan throws at us. So let's keep that in mind. Let's keep pushing forward and reach that heavenly goal.